Hi, this is a Team 401. We are a group of 4 students. I'm Haoling. Today I will be presenting with my teammates Abasiyama, Hao Zhao, and Kid. Today's presentation includes 4 parts. First, we'll work through the functionalities we achieved in our app. Secondly, we will look at our code quality in a static code analyzer. Third, we will review our technology maturity. Fourth, we will review how our team evolved throughout the 3 sprints. We achieved the functionalities in an iterative process. We started by adding a notion of users and groups. And based on that, we provide logging for users. And we added CRUD operations for each user and groups. Fourth, we achieved the directing messages to specific individual and specific groups. When users log in, you'll be able to read messages. And when the users have the messages created, that message will be saved in persistency. We allow users to record and to remind the messages when the user is offline. We even allow users to search messages and filter messages based on the sensitive keywords. Last, if a user found certain messages has offending meanings, he can decide to turn on the parent switch by adding new sensitive words into his own dictionaries. And we allow users to add new super users, which has the capability of wiretapping user and groups based on the specific user and specific groups he wants wiretapping. This is a command interface for users. You can see there is a list of direct messages that will provide hints for users to specify the commands. We begin with the user's entities and the user's group belongs. And we allow users to create groups and read groups. And we allow users to update the passwords and update the group names that he was the member of. We allow users to join group and to drop groups. And for users in groups, he can send messages to that groups, and this message will be directed to all the other users. And we allow users to switch his parent control for the commands. And we allow users to record the messages he sent to group and messages sent to users. Users can search past messages based on certain user entities. Say if a user is logged in and he wants to search for the message between him and his best friend C, he can search for the message and type for sender C. Last, users can decide to sign off anytime, and when he signs off, the message will be stored. And next time he signs in, he'll be able to read all the messages that be sent him while he was offline. Next, we'll move on to the admin interface.
Hi, this is Hao Zhaozhen, and I'll talk about the wiretapping function. Our team achieved the function to wiretap users and groups by adding an original user called admin, and the user is the administrator of the system. Admin has different command lists from the different from the other normal users. We can see here so he can choose to wiretap a user so that he will receive all the messages sent to the user, and he can also wiretap a group. For example, group 1. In this way, he will receive all the messages that were sent to the group 1. So the sequence diagram will show us how the Plato chatter system works. So starting from the left, when the user tries to sign up or sign in from the chatter side, he will send a request, and the request goes through the authentication of the Plato. And the demand side will use the database to check if the username and the password is legal. And after the user signs in, the user can send command request to the Plato. And also, The product will recognize the command type and take actions to change the database accordingly. So when a user signs off, the product will go through the offline check and send the response back to the chatter side. We also use Jira to record every step we take to accomplish the project. We divide each sprint into several stories and assign different stories to every team member and work as a team step by step. And in this way, we finish all the sprints nicely. And now, so in this way, the user the system is useful for the users to communicate with each other and use different commands. Now, AB will talk about the job quality.
Hello, guys. My name is Abbasia Akpan. I'll be touching on job quality. In order for continuous integration to occur, we needed to pass our code through Jenkins in order to ensure product quality. This meant that all existing and new features needed to be improved with 85% test coverage in Jenkins in mind. And we'll see this on the next slide. We're also able to quality check our improvements. So as more functionality was added to the system, more tests were supplied as well. And there's a positive correlation between team performance and added functionality. Um, so we will see this on the next slide. As we can see, all the code vulnerabilities were minimized and code coverage passed the quality gates as per system requirements. This was the initial stage of our project where there were less lines to cover, less functionalities added, and this is the final stage of our project. As I said earlier, there's a positive correlation between team performance and functionality, which is also related to the number of lines of code written and number of test coverage achieved. So we did all this implementing Scrum methodologies. I'll talk a little bit on technology transfer. We achieved most of the client requirements, but as with every software development, there's always room for improvement. We considered the following recommendations. We So looking ahead, we should proceed with developing the system even further. So we thought about improving the overall user experience by improving the existing functionality, making the UI aesthetically pleasing, and minimizing user memory load by making objects more visible, so less commands. Uh, we could also stress test when scaling to huge demand. So we will be able to identify the system response time under multiple levels of load. Should we decide to make this product more commercial, I will hand it over to Kit to talk about the teamwork.
Thank you, AB. Hi, everyone. This is Kit. I will talk about process and teamwork. So the first question we will ask yourself, did the team work as a team? Yeah, we did work as a team. Our team used the Scrum method to manage project and individual tasks. We chose the Scrum method because it worked for our team size, just for 4 of us. We had 30 minutes meeting every day, or almost every day. By the end of the project, we got to know each other well, which made it easier to implement the Scrum. Even after the daily stand-ups, my teammates and I use other communication apps such as WeChat to share information of the project status and issues. We even begin to use Jira to manage the workload. Did the team process well, or was the project misorganized or malorganized? The team process took some time to develop. At first, the biggest issue we faced was just getting to know each other and find a way to work around our busy life and make time to come together. Also, we felt it necessary to have team leader who would keep track of project progress and give everyone tasks. Other issues we had were in dividing work. The difficulty was mostly in communication. Meeting every day helped to stay on track and make it easy to figure out how to move forward. Toward the end, we did develop a process. which involve every member coding and testing feature they would work on locally and merging them into a single local machine before pushing. We use SonarQube to test our code before merging. Lastly, all major work streams were checking in Jira. Was the team able to automate the build, test, and promote process? Yeah, we are doing automation. From our side work in Jira, then build a project in Maven, and Jenkins will do the automation. And my team will get the notification in email about the GitHub. Did the team recognize shortcomings? If so, how well did they work around the challenge? Our team did recognize shortcomings as they came along. Since we are a small group, all our work and contribution were transparent. For our team, the biggest positive was that we were in constant communication with each other. Most all challenges were made by talking about them and dividing work. For example, there was a time early in the project when we want to implement a feature. We didn't define the feature fully, nor did we define any dependency, but we divide the work anyway. Then we met up again, and we realized that we didn't define anything clearly, and we spent a whole day trying to integrate code. Basically, it was a disaster. From then on, we spent more time defining feature, what they would do, how they would do it, and the dependency. Stuff like that happened in other areas too, but meeting frequency made it easier to solve all challenges that we face. Thank you for watching our presentation.